by 3:30. So with the feeder and the camera data, that will dictate when the hunter would come.
Okay, I know I'm hogging the mic, but just finally, I think this is a private matter, not one for the SPA. So, how do I personally, with my neighbours, register interest in this animal?
I'm sorry, how do you do what?
How do I register? How do I put my hand up and say, yeah, come shoot deer on my property?
Who do they reach out to?
There's an email. Howard Kilpatrick.
Is it you?
So what I would do is I'd come down, take a look at your property,
Okay.
and tell you if I thought it was suitable and where it would be suitable. So yeah, you'd reach out to me, I'd come take a look.
But somebody needs the permit and all the rest of that stuff before they can do it, so can we, I think I've heard we can hire.
You can contract with them, you cannot pay them, they cannot pay you.
No, I don't mean the other property owners, somebody that
No,
do
the shooting, yeah, the hunters cannot be paid, and they can't pay you, you can't pay them, in order, so you can still have an umbrella liability protection.
Yeah, so hunters will volunteer to do it, you don't need to pay
So
them.
how do we get a hold of those hunters? Probably something
Yes.
people don't know.
Yeah, I'd start off by asking people in the community.
Okay,
A good Google search will find them.
There's plenty of hunters around.
okay.
Yep.
What's the Google search? Let's use AI.
Do you have to be up in what do you call it, the tree perch? You can't be on the ground shooting horizontal. You have to be shooting down into the ground.
You can be on the ground,
Oh,
yeah. Deer have a good sense of smell and good eyesight. So by being up in the tree, your smell goes above them, they can't detect you. I think there was, yeah.
How wide of a radius of properties needs to agree to this hunt? How wide of a radius of properties needs to agree of neighbors to do this?
I'd have to look at each specific property. You know, it depends on the property, where the roads are, what the property looks like, how big it is. I think ideally, all your adjacent neighbors, but if you got a privacy fence going up on this side, and the deer can't run that way anyways, then you really don't need about getting permission from that neighbor. So I think wherever the deer could possibly go is where you want to get. Initially, I'm thinking the adjacent neighbors is a good start.
But these properties are relatively small. If a deer is shot properly, I guess, how far will it go before it finally dies or falls down?
Yeah, so initially I would focus on the larger properties. And, you know, if you do a double lung shot, you will see or hear the deer crash. So if you have a well-placed shot, it's relatively quickly, 60 yards.
60 yards, that's 180 feet. Our properties are okay.
Well, there are some properties that are much bigger.
Yeah.
So again, you don't need hunting to be throughout the community. You need a couple of important key locations.
Can you define what you call a big enough property?
It really depends, because there are, like I went along the shoreline, there are some big properties.
What does that mean to you? Because it means something different to me, I bet you.
Half an acre? An acre?
Haha.
Depends on the vegetation
That is
of
the
area.
question.
So so is every house a half acre?
No.
Okay.
Different zones.
There's a lot of 1/3 of an acres in the middle of it, and a lot of 1/4.
Yeah, so I probably wouldn't even think about those areas that are 1/4 and 1/3.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go to where the bigger properties are and then get the adjacent neighbors. In my mind, you know, the initial property, I think you want it to be at least an acre in size, and then get the neighbors.
Not that many lots.
There's not that many, but again, you don't need a lot, you just need them in the right location. Because again, bait is gonna pull deer in, so deer have a home range of just less than a square mile. Shipping point is 2/3 of a square mile. So bait is gonna work for pulling deer into those locations. So again, you don't need a lot of property, you just need the right ones.
So you're really talking about a dozen properties on the point.
It could be, it
have
could
an
only be a
acre.
couple. I mean, he knows the areas where he thinks they bed down and hang out during the day, and a couple of them are large-ish. So if you have one on each side and maybe one in front, then that's 4. But there is an element of coordination that's gonna be needed, and since Brad has started the petition online, he has graciously agreed to kind of be a point person for neighbors who might be interested in trying to align, because we don't want everybody emailing Howard.
Right.
So if you're not on Facebook or Nextdoor, etc., we'll put something up on the Chopin.com website with Brad's petition and name. So
what
can do.
street is Brad on?
Not a big enough street, I don't think, from what he's just said.
Excuse me?
he's on Hobson.
Hudson.
I'm sorry, just my,
Do you have large lots in Hudson, or is it not relevant?
No, I don't think it's relevant.
You don't think it's relevant? Okay,
No.
because he
Not
he
from
keeps
what he just
talking
said.
about large enough.
I walk around every day. I know where the deer are and I know where the big properties are. So I guess we need some of those people to sign up.
So what he's
Yeah, and
saying is
again,
different from what you're saying.
if you identify some spots, I'm more than happy to come down and take a look at them and give you a
Yeah,
recommendation.
they're not my spots though.
Okay, let's just take one more question, then you guys can talk to him after, but let's wrap this up. Go ahead, Walt.
Can we get a show of hands, who's pro deer and who's anti deer?
No.
Too contentious.
Too political.
All right, thank you so much, Howard.
Thank you,
All right,
Howard.